well. Usually just a gate. Robo wants to get into a mid-late game. But I think overall, Boa has a little bit of the upper hand. I think he's just a little bit stronger PvP and just plays really well that early game. And he likes to, micro his Reavers and just get after it. So I think we're going to see some pressure from him. I think he'll be all over Dragon, not letting it drag on.
I don't know if he purposely did that, but that was great. Dragon and drag on. Okay. Well, if Boa's going to be the one in Dragon's face, do you think he's going to be the one that's going to 3-gate? Or what are you expecting for openers?
Yeah, I'm expecting Boa to just play like he kind of did versus Jaehyun that second game, where he's going to go like gate, robo, gate, and press, or he'll go gate, robo, and just take an expansion into like 4 gateways and then pressure from there. I think we're going to see from Dragon. I don't know about on Apocalypse, or is Apocalypse our first map?
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah. So I don't know if one of them will take the risk again. I mean, because obviously Apocalypse does get trickier, like we said before, with the no ramps. But I would imagine Boa is going to be a little more aggressive. Okay. Whereas Dragon likes to, I think, defend more.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same thoughts about Dragon when I play him. It seems like we just have an agreement, like we're shaking hands, like, hey, you want to play a macro game? You want to play a macro game? Yeah, okay. So we're just going to do our 10-minute build order and see how it unfolds in the mid-game. So our players are ready. Let's get into Apocalypse Game 1 between Boa and Dragon. Okay, in the bottom left, we have Boa.
And in the bottom right, we have Dragon.
Wait, I guess I'm crazy. I thought Boa was Canadian. Is he American?
I
guess I am. All right.
I think Boa does live in the U.S. Yeah, I think he does. I know Cross lives in Canada.
Ah, that's it. I was like, I know one of them lives in Canada. Okay, so it's Crossy that lives in Canada. So we actually do have USA representative here with Boa. Now, we did see back-to-back 3 gates from Jaehyun. Because this is from replays, it's unlikely that Dragon's aware of, what actually unfolded in those series. It would be hilarious to me if Dragon is the one that 3 gates also here, and Boa's just like, dude, get that out of my face, just swatting 3 gates back to back to back.
I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the everyday ladder experience playing PvP.
I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. People sometimes ask me, like, hey, now can I want to see you play Zerg or I want to play Protoss, but I'm not kidding, Raz. I've been practicing a little bit for our upcoming match tomorrow. And, generally it's like 30%, 33% for every race that I hit on the ladder. I think the past 2 days I played 2 Zergs, one of them 4-pulled me, and I've played 2 Terrans, and the rest have been Protoss. I'm not kidding, it's been like 80% Protoss. I could never play Protoss as my main race because it would be PvP every single time.
It's really frustrating to try to ladder these days and get actual practice because it is that. I've had days where I played like 10 PvPs in a row. And you're just like, come on, you're like, come on now. Like, again, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
This is enough. And they're usually proxy gate here, proxy gate there, 3 gate all in. It's just silly.
Well, we've got identical build orders again. Gate, gas, 1 zealot. This time around, both players end up scouting around similar times. Dragon a little unlucky with his scout. Boa, meanwhile, he's going to get in here first, and we'll see that, hey, this guy's doing the exact same thing I'm doing.
Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Both players, I think, opted for that zealot. So, pretty mirrored builds here, no issues. No one has a probe lead because of it.
Yep,
so, very standard.
Yep, and that is range for Boa, range for Dragon. So everything identical still here. We're waiting to see, will anybody plop down additional gates? Will anybody go for the fast Reaver? Dragon has slightly more gas right now. Oh, he canceled something. He is faking. Is this DT? Yes!
Yep.
Oh, the mind game's coming in. DT As a follow-up, Dragon, he's going for the throat here. Now remember, we just saw Boa play versus Jaeyoon, and it was one gate Robo, and generally one gate Robo just immediately shuts down this type of play. So far, Boa has, this should be Robo, right? It's gotta be.
It's gonna be a Robo, yeah. But last game he did go Robo into Reaver.
Yeah, he did.
So if he does that, he could find himself in a bad spot, losing a lot of probes.
Yeah, like I was pointing out last game where it was a Goon Scout. That was just so weird to me. I think Boa suspected that it must have been a 3-gate, because what else is that money going into? It's either a 3-gate or a Nexus, and Reaver beats both of those. So hopefully this time, for you Boa fans, it is Observer Opener. But even if it's an Observer Opener, you know, if he sends it across the map immediately, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, he could still get there and do some damage, and that would be fine.
Well, Templar Archive is basically done. Dragon, he's actually going 1-gate Nexus. This is a common follow-up. You build a pylon there also, and then you spam cannons, and you're pretty safe until you get Storm. It's a tough build to deal with. It's surprisingly good, but Robo's done. Where's the observatory? Need it. Need it ASAP. Oh no! It's a support bay!
There it is, man. And this is a day in the life of playing PvP. Get the Robo, try to get gritty with the Reaver, die to the Invisible Man.
Die to the Invisible Man.
And not like a lot of them, just one.
Yeah,
just
it's
one
all you need is
man.
one. It's all you need. I mean, when I play Protoss, I only have 1 gate also, but I'm just spamming that K button. My first DT dies, okay, here comes another one, and a second one. But I only send in one at a time, and unfortunately for Boa, I still don't see an observatory, and this game could be over. Oh, there it is. It's not, this map doesn't have a ramp though. This is gonna be hard to body block.
Yeah, he's going to definitely lose some probes here. The Observer will get out, but he's going to take a ton of eco damage. And Dragon, as you can see already, has put up a bunch of cannons. I'm assuming he could even kill the Reaver, man.
That's exactly what he's doing. Reaver is a huge loss, obviously. Ooh, that was a smart move. It almost kills it, of course. But he's going to get in here and start racking up some probe kills. Now, that was a smart move there. Limit the amount of damage that the DT can do, but it still killed 4 probes.
Yeah, and Bo is going to be really upset when he sees the build that Dragon has done here. Yeah. You see the Templar are out. The Archives probably has Storm going. I mean, he killed the Reaver, which was, I think, really the right play here, because he can't take any pressure. He has a ton of cannons. Without the Reaver and the shuttle, he can just sit here now and just macro up. I mean, he's already up 10 workers.
Yeah, massive eco advantage for Dragon right now. I think Bo is doing the best response, which is he's just going to build an exits himself, but it's going to be so hard to recover from. Speaking of that Reaver, you know, there was not a shuttle before the Reaver was built. Like, he just went straight Reaver with it, so it was like, oh whoa, he's going to go TT follow-up himself?
TT drop, man.
Yeah. It can be
really
tricky.
Strong counter, really strong counter. The problem is, if you get nothing done with this drop, you are so far behind.
Yeah, you're super dead. Like, there's no Robo here, so he's going to have to rely on cannons to defend this. But if he gets cannons up, multiple cannons, he should be okay. But what would be hilarious to me is if he does a Reaver 2DT drop and just focuses down the cannon ASAP. Because actually, even 2 cannons, I don't think will hold that.
No, it should not. If he gets the Reaver down first, pops 1 cannon for a shot, gets the DTs on the other, he would kill it. We do see the Robo going down, but once again, I don't know if this is going to be in time either. The DTs should be in production already. It's going to be pretty close.
Yep. Dragon, he smells it. He's moving his goons into position. He's got the cannon coming up. This is a great timing for him. I will say his gateways are exposed, but I don't think Bo is going to be dive bombing that. His Robo's about halfway done. There's the second cannon also. Oh no, that's not a second. That's a pylon. Another cannon at the natural. So really playing. Oh, that's not a cannon. It's a Robo. Either way, ultra defensive position for Dragon right now. As long as he just doesn't take damage here, he's in a phenomenal spot going into the mid game. DT is sneaking into the natural right now. How did he miss the observer?
Oh.
And he sees the drop coming. Oh my gosh. This couldn't have gone worse.
Wow. 44 probes to 28. I mean, just a massive, massive lead for Dragon right now.
Yep, there it goes.
This isn't going to get it done either. The observer should be... Oh my goodness, the shuttle goes down.
Yeah, an observer's out.
Yeah, it's almost out. The DTs will kill the pylon, but I mean, for what he invested in this drop, one pylon is not enough for a shuttle, 2 zealots, and 2 DT. I mean, it's just going to be trouble. And he's... Oh, can he get a Templar?
I don't think he can risk it.
Oh, he's...
Okay, well, I mean, I guess he could risk it, right? It was dead supply anyways. It was just going to get taken down, so you might as well try and take down the Templar while you can. So he snipes one of them, but Dragon, he's on 8 gates. Like, that just summarizes this game. Boa, he's on 4. Like, Dragon's eco is insane right now. He doesn't even have to build more probes because he's perfectly saturated sitting on 50. He could do whatever he wants. He could go Nexus. He could... just go for the A move. He could go reverse. He could do literally anything he wants, and it would not be a bad decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's planning really well with the 8 gates. Just macro, you know you have such an eco lead. He can never catch up to you in your gateway count and unit production. He has the tech advantage right now. Storm is on the way for Boa, but it's just not going to be enough. Dragon's going to have 3-4 Templars out there and be able to just storm down these reavers and run them over.
All right, we've got more gateways coming in for Boa. What is it, 7 gate? I don't even know if he can afford this. Hey, there's no way he can hold this high ground.
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to make a valiant effort there, and he's going to go for it, but as soon as the storms start coming down, you got to micro your units backwards. Dragon will get up this ramp and bust right through. I wonder if he's going to try to take a third and just play really greedy here. Boa. That would make sense in this position. But Dragon taking his own third.
He's gotta do something risky. If you play a normal game, then you're just not going to win unless you have... Well, I mean, I guess it is Apocalypse where there could be some type of miracle since you have the high ground. You know, maybe you can have an amazing hold, but in general, that's just never going to happen. Okay, that is a lot of Templars, but he morphs into Archons.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we decided to go with an Archon here and not just keep Storm. We saw Zero pointing out, though, even though there's such a big unit gap, there is a big worker gap. So the army from Dragon is still up 43 supply, but really only up about 20. So I mean, that's still significant.
Look at this random observer. Like, it doesn't scout the third base. It doesn't scout the units. It's just sitting here in between, but it scouts the shuttle. So he sees it coming, but I don't think he knows that these are Templars. These probes need to run.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that evened up the worker count. But the thing is if I'm Dragon here after I've done all this damage, all this would do is trigger me to attack. And now you don't have 2 storms.
I mean, he really should go. He should know, hey, shuttle was out, it's damaged. How much could you have at home with all the eco damage I did? I'm surprised that he's not moving across the map.
He does still have 3 Nexus. Here he comes. Now Dragon's going to make his move. He's got Storm himself. Maybe he's waiting for... Oh, he's waiting for +1 to complete. +1 is actually really big in PvP. I forget the exact breakpoint, like what makes it so big, but I think it's 1 last attack on Goons and Zealots to actually kill each other. So this is a big power spike for Dragon. If he just goes, he's... should win. He's at 40 supply. He's got Storm, but it is high ground. I guess that's what's making him hesitant to go. He knows the opposing player also has Reaver, so these Zealots will get melted.
Yeah, the Reaver Archons will absolutely destroy these Zealots.
Yeah,
but
I think
Storm goes down. You know, he should be considering going back up there, or at least sending a Zealot and a Templar up so he can storm the Reavers ahead of time. Right, like it's a really good fighting tactic just to send, like right now Bo is about to do it. You send 2 Zealots and you storm the other guy's whole entire army here. Big damage from that storm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him to not want to go up into that position. You know, there's Storm, there's Reavers, you have map control, you know you're up in supply for sure. And you have control of the center of the map, so why not just take that as your win? Start building more Nexuses. He's got a probe over at top left, so he'll most likely build a Nexus there. We've got Double Forge coming in for Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, he should know his supply is just crazy being on 8 gates so early, but this is a pretty scary Boa army on top of the ramp. You're right. So I guess, I don't know, Boa wants to move out. It's kind of looking like he's posturing, but he's got to know he cannot take this army of Dragon.
Yeah, there's no. If I'm Boa here, there's no way I'm moving out. If I'm moving out, it's because I'm moving towards the right side and taking that fourth base. That's the only direction I'm moving. I'm not even moving to the left side because then Dragon has high ground ramp advantage over there. So I think that's the two options here: is you either just continue to sit here, or start looking to take bottom right. Dragon, he's going to take top right. He's basically maxed now.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not moving now when he hits the max point, because your army doesn't get any more value, right? And here we go, Boa moving into Dragon. Dragon with a nice storm, another nice storm. Oh my goodness, all those goons are going to go down. And we just see all of the army here coming in from Dragon on the right, going to surround these Reavers and goons.
That was a massacre. Look, supply.
Yeah, 150 to 63, my goodness. Boa's got to know that this game is out of reach now, losing your whole army, and there's the GG.
Yep, GG comes out, and that means Dragon, he strikes in game 1, crushing it today, and he is 1 game away from making it out in first place.
You were saying he's practicing a lot, right? He's at all these events, so he's looking very sharp. He executed his build really well again, and, you know, he just got damage. He found damage, killed the Reaver, got the second Nexus up, you know, defended the DT drop. Everything went in his favor that game.
Yep, and Dragon generally is someone that plays pretty standard, but he's showcasing that, hey, just because I normally play standard doesn't mean I'm not able to play unstandard. Pulling out that DT play. I wonder what he's got planned for game 2 now. Of course, we want to know what the map pick is for Boa. Again, Dragon's going to have a ban, and then Boa gets to pick, and we just got word that Boa has picked Vermeer, which means we're going to have a 4-player map for the first time.
Yeah, definitely more openings available now, right? Like with a 4-player map, you could be pretty aggressive in terms of getting an expo faster by going 1 gate Nexus, you know, just go with the Robo and then expand as well. Especially on Vermeer here, you have a pretty good arc in your natural to hold up with Reavers and Dragoons. So it'll be interesting to see if Dragon takes his foot off the gas, or he's just going to continue to press, or will Boa do that?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Like I stated, map is Vermeer. Let's get into it, guys. Find out whether Dragon's moving in to the round of 16 in first, or Boa ties up the series. Okay, so in the top right, we do have Dragon.
And in the bottom left, it's Boa.
Well,
all right. Middle is buildable, Nyokin. The middle is buildable.
I was gonna say that. I think if this was someone like Oyaji, I think 2-gate would be actually the move versus Boa. I think that would just be an outright killing blow. I don't think he would have scouted the center. But Dragon, I think even though he's willing to risk for like DT or 3-gate, I don't think he would be willing to risk that. And in fact, we don't see that. It is just going to be gateway in the main.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Dragon doing that probably catches Boa, right? He's not expecting someone like Dragon to proxy 2 gates in the middle of the map. So I think it would be good. I was waiting to see if he set this probe out. I thought maybe we were going to see a 12 next.
Yep, before the game started, I thought 12 Nexus could be great also. Not going to be the case from either side. Keep in mind, we've seen gate gas every PvP so far. Will there be any deviation? Boa's racking up a few more minerals. Second gate?
Second
Look at that.
gate.
He would have blind countered
Wow.
me, man. I would have proxied the center, and I would have run into an in-base 2 gate, which is just free win for Boa.
That's it. Would have been over. The problem here for Boa is it's cross map.
Yeah.
That's really going to be the problem. So, Dragon being able to get the first Zealot out, and then just getting Dragoon. He'll be able to get that Dragoon and beat those Zealots somewhere in the middle of the map and just put damage on a micro backwards and probably hold up. Now, I have seen Dragon in these scenarios where he holds and he puts a shield battery and goes into immediate Citadel. That is a build order he likes versus 2 gate. So he'll see this, drop the shield battery in the front, hold the ramp, and then just Citadel.
Yep, there's the pylon for that battery. Just like you said, Cybernetics is done. However, there is the probe in the main. If the probe didn't get in, I agree that Citadel most likely would come in. But now that there's no way to actually get this probe out, well, I think there's no way to get this probe out. I don't think Citadel is going to be the follow-up. Because I think what this is I think this is 2-gate Nexus Forge, in which, DT is not going to do well versus that.
I agree. Dragon seeing that third pylon, though, should absolutely put a pylon in Boa's net at this point, so that he can just stall that Nexus and never let him get it up. Double gate here from Dragon, just going to press him, man.
Yep. That probe is still alive. There's still no gas for Boa. So Dragon, once these Zealots go by, needs to block that Nexus because it can't be anything else other than a Nexus coming down.
He has to know, but oh no!
Ooh, so low. Well, he's gonna confirm the Nexus. He's just gonna flat out see it. That probe, almost gets taken down. There's no battery, by the way. There's the Zealot is attacking something. Is there a pylon in his base?
Oh,
these Zealots are gonna get in.
Yeah, the Manor pylon right there is just such a good play there from Boa to force Dragon back with the Zealot not to take damage. But if you notice, Dragon skipped range and got the second gate quicker to get more Dragoons up faster. So, I mean, this is pretty significant here with the mining time and all the probes going to the back. Uh-oh, he goes back there. He's trapped, though.
Look at how many probes were back there, man. They were, basically not mining. That was an immense amount of damage. There's the cannon follow-up for Boa, so he's going to be, impenetrable at his natural. Now range is coming in. That's like a 100-second upgrade, though. That's going to take a long time to complete.
Yeah, I mean, cannons are bad versus Dragoons, so if Dragon can just pump out Dragoons nonstop, maybe he feels like he can get a bust timing. The other thing that players do versus this is a proxy robo, and you walk your Reavers up to it, kind of like you would versus when you scout gasless, but we don't see that from Dragon.
Look at this. I like how Dragon scouted the entire map to make sure that he didn't get hit with something crazy. Like, I don't know what he was expecting to see because he knew that there's no gas in the main, but maybe there's hidden gateways there with a Citadel as a follow-up after this Nexus. Dragon's kind of going for it. This is a robo follow-up. There's no Nexus. He's starting to bank money. I'm hoping that's a Nexus.
I was wondering if he was just going to go all in with, just bringing the shuttle down and just bringing Dragoons in 2 at a time. That's very effective versus this build because you know that they don't have as many Dragoons as you. So once you get the first 2 to 4 up there, you can cut them up. And Citadel here from Boa, really getting tricky.
Well, Boa has his Nexus, but did he overbuild cannons? That's 5 cannons.
Yeah, that's a lot of cannons. I guess he doesn't know what Dragon's up to, so he's just playing really, really safe. Dragon going for the double expo, man. Wow. Wow.
I thought Protoss could only do that versus Terrans. They build 1 Goon and double Nexus.
Sometimes players go double Nexus with DTs. So you figure
they do.
They do that.
What do they do?
Then they build cannons and shield batteries and go carriers. No, just kidding.
Yes,
That's only one.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's two people that do that. First off, it's me, but you guys know that I don't play Protoss on the ladder. And then there's Mr. Ugox. Me and him have the same strategy, man.
That's the way it is. 45 DTs, some shield batteries, and carriers.
That's it. That's all you need. 40 damage on the ground, more than 40 in the air. Why else? Why build anything else?
Makes sense to me.
Then those batteries just heal up the carries. You get EMP'd, who cares? I'll just heal them up to full.
Oh, wow. We have... So I thought maybe we could even see like a storm drop, like Templars from Boa, but he's just going with the DTs. I don't know if this is a great choice from this point. With Dragon's exact build, he's gonna have a hard time doing damage here. He's gonna get caught.
Oh my gosh, look at this. He spots the DT. It could not be worse for Boa. Like, okay, if he has a faster Nexus, right? But he's gone DT. He's not able to punish anything. Observer should be coming out. There's a Reaver. As long as Goons are in position to defend this third Nexus, he's golden here. I will say that it's going to be hard to cover both the Nat and the third Nexus versus these two DTs, since he only has one Observer out, though. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Boa went to top middle. He thinks that there may be a Nexus there, but there isn't.
I'm surprised he sent a DT mid-right as well.
Oh. Yeah, I think that was actually a misclick there. But does not spot anything. Doesn't get any damage done either. And Dragon, he's going to get those 3 bases up and running. Just needs to start building probes at all of his bases to catch up his workers.
Yeah, the problem now with Boa's build is he has no units. Right? So he really can't apply pressure to this triple Nexus. So Dragon is going to catch up in probes pretty quickly.
Look, he's trying to do a double attack at the third and the natural, but there's a Reaver there, dude.
Oh my goodness.
How does it get any damage done? He actually got 4 workers. That was great, because Dragon was approaching being even in workers.
Yeah, and we see Boa, I think, just saying, oh goodness, no more probes, drop gateways, and push through. Probably going to see a storm drop here as well. That's what I thought he originally was going to go for, just a straight storm drop. And then macro out of it, but Dragon's going to be catching up, man.
Yeah, Dragon's in trouble. You know, this kind of looks like last game where it's kind of reversed. Boa's going to have all the gateways done, and Dragon's just going to be starting his gateways. Dragon's on 3 gate right now with a Robo. That's it. Whereas Boa's on 8 gate with a Robo, with Templars. Like, he's going to have so much production. And Dragon's still building probes. He's trying to catch up his workers. He's just now catching up. What? Boa's going to take an Nexus. I thought he was going to attack.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, if he does feel like he gets a lot done with this storm drop, I guess maybe he feels like his position is still very good because he does have all his infrastructure completed. But he needs to like wipe this probe line because Dragon is mining 3 gas. And he's just gonna get a hand here.
Okay, there's the Templar drop, and no reaction. He's lost every probe there. And I guess even though we know it's, 8 gate versus 3, Boa doesn't know it's 8 gate versus 3. If he knew it was 8 gate versus 3, 100% he's attacking here. But Dragon is actually the one on the offensive. It does look close, right? Like 110 to 92 with an 8 worker differential. It looks like actually Dragon could win this fight because he has Reavers and
no storms, man.
Yeah. The Templars, they're just barely going to have energy. Maybe? Shuttle cannot lead the way. You cannot lose that thing. Oh. Templar. Good storm. What about the second Templar? Where is it? He's not casting. I know he has another storm. Oh, he just now gets it. Okay.
But I think there just might be too much out of Boa's production, and he'll be able to reinforce and hold this. If he didn't have that many gateways, I think he would have been big trouble with just those armies fighting, but he has enough in his main to just replenish very quickly. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Oh.
Wow.
10 kills, man.
Yeah, he legitimately got like 20 probe kills in those 2 drops. He's completely wiped the entire probe line, plus 4 probes with that DT drop. That was insane damage from Boa, and now he is at a massive advantage. He's got his own third Nexus. He's got production advantage. He's got, obviously, Storm that's just going to continue to build up energy. What is that? Dark Archon in PvP?
Archon, love it. So if you can't have Storm yourself, you get the Dark Archon and just feed back all the Templars so they all die.
Okay. What if he mind controls that shuttle?
Oh, I also like that play. Not recommended, but good play.
He's going for Storm instead of mind control, so it will just be feedback like you were talking about. Boa has decided he's got a big enough army. He wants to make a move here. No reason to make this game drag on, as Raz would say. We're coming in for round 3, but those goons say enough's enough. You back up.
Just can't take it anymore. Can't lose any more pros to this base, so they're just going to refuse to work there.
There is a lot of Templars out, but they don't have Storm just yet. Meanwhile, Boa does have... That army is pitiful. It is tiny. What is that, 4 goons? Oh, he gets stormed immediately!
Oh, no. See you later, Templars. And there's GG from Dragon. Boa tying the series up 1-1.
That was a good play from Boa. I thought he may have overbuilt cannons. I liked Dragon's follow-up with the triple Nexus, but the DT plus the Storm Trap was huge.
Yeah.
Based on the first game where, Dragon dealt with a drop and then didn't immediately counter, I was kind of confused why he countered that time, right? Like he moved across the map, but ended up not working out for him. So the series is tied 1-1. Now we're going to have Dragon's map pick.
He should get a map that he can do the proxy double gate, man. This is it.
Yeah.
This is his moment. Push himself into the round of 16 by just getting tricky on Boa. Maybe even just build gates in his base, Send the one probe out. Check where the Nexus is. See it. Back up. Double gate in base. Big win.
I guess he could pick Lobotomy or Dark Origin, but I think it's most likely going to be the standard map, 4-player map, Radion, Polypoids, something like that. And there it is, Radion coming through here. So this is going to be the final game of the series. Will it be Boa or will it be Dragon being our first player into the round of 16? Alrighty, in the top right, bringing it back, it is Boa.
And in the bottom right, looking to advance, it's Dragon.
And I had to go look up what the BSL map pool was, because even though I said Polypoid, I knew that wasn't in the map pool. But we've just basically got the ladder maps plus Lobotomy. So everybody should be content with that map pool. I'm loving seeing Radion and Citadel. Those are some new ASL maps, really good maps. And of course, Retro back at it too.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the new ASL maps. Think that they're pretty well made.
Yeah, they are pretty good. The one thing that I don't like about Radion is, even though we can't see it right now, is the middle bases. Like there is a huge gap between the top middle and the bottom middle and the very edge of the map. Like you can't build turrets there to intercept shuttles. Like you actually got to build a Wraith or Corsair or something to actually intercept.
Yeah, definitely something that you got to deal with, right? Especially as Terran, if there's Terran versus Zerg and Muta, I'm sure can really hit those areas.
Yeah, the first time I played Radion, I built like 8 turrets. I'm like, there's no way shuttle's getting through here. And then all of a sudden, all 5 of them ran into my base and took no damage. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I actually have to have Goliath at my natural or something there to prevent these things from getting in. Now look at this. We've got Dragon actually scouting really quick this time. Finds him first. And we'll see that this is identical builds once again.
Boa did check the center to make sure there were no proxy gates. He didn't send that probe there. He was listening, and he was like, they're going to convince Dragon to go these proxy gates, so Better do something about it now.
And I wonder if anybody will cancel range or, fake range, go air weapon, do something tricky here, or if we'll just get a normal game. Probes in the base of both sides. Remember last game, Boa pylon blocked, but it looks like he's not going to go for it this time around. We're approaching the moment in the game where players are going to start getting range. Let's see if they actually do it.
Ooh. There
Okay,
it
that's
is
range
for
for
Boa.
Boa. What about Dragon? Fake? Fake?
Nope. Nope. These are honorable Protoss, man. Honorable.
I didn't know those existed on the ladder. I've watched Artosis for so long that I didn't think those existed.
They're around.
They're around?
Here and there.
Well, apparently Artosis hasn't hit any of them. And
He
there's
doesn't.
no... Huh?
He doesn't hit them. They're on a barcode and they don't tell him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There, so it goes down.
Yeah. Well, you remember we were in this same exact situation where Dragon canceled range at this point and went straight Citadel. He pushed the probe out. Not going to be a cancel this time. Boa's got way more gas compared to Dragon. Where did that gas go? Dragon, I think Boa just put down his Robo right now.
Yeah, I don't know where the gas differential is because both players have 2 Dragoons. Unless... Is he going for a 3-gate here? Or is he going to go 1-gate Nexus? Yeah.
There we go.
Really strong. So, like, 2 variations you can do from here. You can go right away to 3 gates and just hope that it's not DT, no invisible men. Or you can go Robo and a 2nd gateway, get an Observer and Reaver out. A little bit harder to hold some busts with the Robo and the other gateway. 3-gate, risky, but holds pretty much all the pushes because you just get so many units.
Yeah, and I think on a map like this where I think you can just sit behind your eggs and, leave a goon on like the high ground, you're just getting basically free shots off since it's like a 50% miss chance up there. So this is an interesting strategy from Dragon. He's, of course, lucky that it's not Citadel as a follow-up for Boa, because if it was, it's just an instant win for him.
Yeah.
But Dragon, he's making a risky move, and it's going to pay off this time.
Yeah, and the earlier game is going to help him here because Boa this time has gone Observatory first. So the Reaver timing will be slowed down because of that. So game 1, after Boa recognized it was DT and he went straight in Reaver, he's probably like, oh, I better not do that again just in case. So some of the mind games definitely coming into play here.
Yep, probe comes in, and ooh, it will get taken out. And he sees all the goons, and he sees range completed. So I don't think this could be DT. So this was a good scout from Dragon. There's going to be a Nexus coming down as a follow-up for Boa. Boa is up 4 workers, so even though the Nexus is done, it's not as massive eco advantage as it could have been.
Yeah, he'll definitely catch up here as his Nexus comes down, Dragon, and he's going to be able to put some pressure on because he has the 3 gateways. And Boa might be like, well, this is a crazy amount of units, like, at this time. Like, did you go 3-gate? And he's going to find out quickly he did not. And Boa will not be happy.
Yeah, Reaver's coming down. He even queued up a 2nd Reaver, like not even a shuttle, because he feels like this isn't all in, but it's actually not. I don't know about this angle. This does not look like a good angle. Yeah, I think smartly he's going to retreat here. Only loses the Zealot. That's fine. The Observer, did it actually see the Nexus? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it did. I think he still used the 3 gates, and I think you're right, Naok, and he thinks, hey, this guy's going all in again. I'm just going to sit here and hold. And that's exactly what Dragon wants, right? He's going to... Oh, we even built a shield battery because we think it's an all-in.
Yeah, and I think he cut a couple probes there to make sure that he didn't die. Now Boa sees the Nexus, and that is not good news for him. I guess the good news is he at least has tech advantage, and he does have his Nexus coming down himself, but he can't really punish it. Robo's halfway done for Dragon. If Boa wants to do something, he needs to get that shuttle out ASAP and move across the map.
Yeah, and like Zero just showed us, I'm sure Boa clicked on those minerals and saw how much we're taking and saying, oh no, this has been down for a while.
Yep.
And we
5
see,
gate.
yeah, right up to 5. I don't even know if he's going to go with a Reaver. I think he may just go 5, 6 gateways, just macro like crazy and just surround the army of Boa when it comes down. I know why Dragon put the Robo down. It's definitely safer at this point, but some players just go right into 5 gate. Once they see you on Reaver, they're like, I'm just going to make 5 gateways and I'll just, kill you once you move anywhere because I'll have so many units. It's obviously risky, but definitely a way you can play from this build.
Yep, and this is going to be another Nexus for Dragon at bottom middle. You knew it was going to be a Nexus when that probe got stuck at the natural. Oh, is it really not? He's just double pyloning there for vision. That's still a smart move, but like I said, you can see that huge gap between that base and the edge of the map. Like, he has no intel if Boa loops around and just goes directly towards the natural. We do have the Boa move out, but like you said, this is 5 gate. If you factor in the worker difference, actually it's very even, but it looks like the positioning is well in favor of, oh, maybe not. Positional advantage for Dragon, but comp advantage, I think, for Boa.
For sure. It's just going to be very difficult here. Boa's going to have to get some shots off this before he engages because both of these armies are going to come from 2 sides. Really good shot with those Reavers there. Shuttles goes down. Does Dragon have enough?
I don't think he does. The Reavers did insane damage, man. Reaver is going to die, but not before it gets another good shot off. Okay, actually, maybe Dragon does have enough. He, of course, has rally point advantage. He is going to push this back.
Yeah, he's going to hold here, man. Really well done from Dragon. Able to get his rally out to help clean this up. And that's going to put him, once again, with a big lead. He's up 10 workers now. Has his gateways down. I wouldn't be surprised if he adds another couple gateways or takes a Nexus. Both of those are fine options from here.
Yep, Boa is someone that really does cut workers to make timings work, and you can see he cut to make that one timing be the potential game-winning move, but now that it didn't work out, how's he going to respond? He's going to try and put down some more gateways, but Dragon's up in supply pretty massively. He could put down a Nexus. He's going to catch up in tech now. He's got Citadel coming. His Robo's already done. I guess he doesn't have support bay for Reavers, but he's going into 8 gate.
Yeah, I like this from Dragon. He should know the only way he can lose from here if he does get busted. So he's just going to add the gateways and make sure that he has a lot of unit production of this probe because a nice little scout on that shuttle.
Yeah,
But
why is that even there?
I don't know if I was going to build a pylon for vision or what, but gets a good little snag. And if I were Boa here, I don't know if I would try to catch up in workers or just put down 8 gateways myself and hope to get a bust timing again. But problem is Dragon's like, yeah, go ahead, man. I'm going to have my own amount of gateways too. So, and +1 and speed on the way.
Yeah, if Boas wants to win this game, he has to go before all those gateways kick in. And here he comes with his speed shuttle. There's only one Reaver, though. Will get a good shot off onto that Zealot. Supplies are still really close, 110 to 100. Not going to commit. Is he going back for a second Reaver, probably?
I would imagine so. So he can really just get the 2 of them out, try to keep firing on Dragon's army, picking them up. Power of the speed shuttle. But Dragon has a pretty decent army as well. You know, he's on 8 gateways, so I'm not sure Boa can bust, but if he's gonna, it needs to be right now.
Well, it's only goons for Dragon. Like in a couple Zealots, he also lost his Observer again. I'm not even sure if speed is kicked in. Yeah, speed hasn't even kicked in for his Zealots, so the Zealots are super weak. It's a big Scarab shot, already takes down 2 of them. Shuttle ends up hot picking up that rail. One of them died.
Oh man, getting some really good shots with this. Oh my goodness, getting crazy shots up with that Reaver, picking it up. But once again, Dragon just has too much of an army for Boa to handle here.
Yep, it's too much, and now the Nexus is coming down for Dragon. He held the attack once again. Supplies are still very close. It's actually in favor of Boa, which is
The
crazy.
shuttle.
Yeah, the shuttle is 1 shot away from being, or actually 2 shots away from taking down.
Hispanic is
Both players have to be very, very careful here. Dragon, he's out in no man's land. This army might be caught. There's no way he can engage. The shuttle or the Reavers will just blow up everything.
Yeah, and Dragon trying to buy time as he takes the third next, just continues the macro, but now he has to fight. If I were him, I'd run up that ramp.
But was up in army by a decent amount.
Yeah, he definitely is, and catching these Dragoons out here is such a big win for him. Even if the army's just stuck here and he doesn't fight up the ramp, he can now attack Dragon. A lot of missed chances here.
It does buy Dragon time to get some Storm up.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon taking a third base, but Boa is also, and Boa has kind of really bridged the gap here, man.
Yeah, he actually is in a fine position. His third Nexus is coming up. He's still down a little bit of workers, but it's all right because his army is much better. There's no Templars, by the way. I thought Templars would have been out by now with Storm, but it is still just Goon, Speed Zealot. And this is actually an incredibly strong army from Boa. It's 3 Reaver. There is no Reaver out. There's no Storm. There's no DT. There's no anything. It's literally just gateway units.
And the Zealots are just going to absolutely melt to the Reavers. Oh, he does pick off one.
I think Boa's actually done it. He's actually got Zealots mixed in. The Goons are not great versus
second
Zealots.
Reaver.
Yeah, second Reaver's here. That shuttle, who was at 7 health, by the way, is still alive.
Boa needs to just keep macroing. Give himself forward. Oh, loses the shuttle, but is going to kill those Dragoons and get himself into a good position. Another Reaver. Oh my goodness.
Oh, but somehow the supplies just whittled down from Boa. The Goons are going to take out this Reaver. And by the way, during all this, Boa did not transfer any workers. So Dragon's been mining on 3 bases, while Boa's still not mining on his third Nexus.
Yeah, Boa seems to just have a lot of supply in Reavers as well. Like, I think he's had 3 or 4 Reavers for that fight. Yeah, that's a lot of supplies, so they're powerful, but you know, you're giving up maybe 8 more units to the other player.
The +1 is kicked in for Dragon, so that's one of the reasons that his army is doing so well, despite having no Storm, no Reavers, no anything of that nature.
Yeah, right now, Dragon definitely in the driver's seat. Boa coming over this bridge here, gets on the cannon. The cannon does some serious damage to that Reaver. I think he got all of its shields. Yeah, and this looks like Boa is going to be throwing away some of this army if he stays here.
Yeah,
very nice with the Reaver.
That's a good retreat onto the bridge. Minimizes the losses, but you can start to see a considerable gap up for Dragon now, up almost 30 supply. He's taking his 4th base, actually, at bottom middle.
Yeah, I think he knows that he's been, you know, doing a pretty good job in these fights. And he's like, you know what? I can continue to let you press into me, and I'll just keep taking bases and hold with Storm. I mean, you know, it's definitely a way for him to win the game here.
Yep, Boa, what can he really do? He's mined out in his main. He doesn't have map control. Nexus is basically done for Dragon at bottom middle. There's a pylon block of the Nexus at top middle for Dragon.
Yeah, right now, Dragon must be feeling very good, right? He sees that his 4th base is going to be up. Boa does not have another Nexus up. His army's really strong. His gateway count is definitely a few more. So he's just sitting here, man, just getting stronger and stronger.
+2 almost done for Dragon at this point. It's crazy upgrade lead. I think, yeah, okay, +1's going to be done for Boa, but still a big discrepancy there. 4th base is complete and up and running for Dragon. He's going to have a huge advantage because now he's on 3 base mining versus just 2. You know, Boa's going to be mined out in his natural somewhat soon. There's the 4th Nexus for Boa. He's gone into, I think, 9 gate production, which is matching the production from Dragon. This DT got immediately killed.
Dragon just making sure he's not slipping up anywhere. putting cannons down, being safe, making sure no little silly thing can lose him the game.
Yep, Templar coming out for Boa at this point, so he's going to have Reavers plus Archons plus Templar, whereas Dragon, still no Reavers, but he's up almost 40 supply. And these Templars have been making a lot of energy. Could have multiple storms.
Yeah, the army composition definitely goes to Boa, but it just might get overwhelmed here by Dragon. And ooh, this may trigger Dragon to attack,
Yep.
man, because both Reavers are not home.
Yep, this is the time to go. Dragon, you know.
Oh, no!
He lost the shuttle.
He lost the shuttle.
And now Boa feels like he's got to try and engage here to save his 4th base. But there's no way that he can take that fight.
No, unless he somehow catches Dragon by the ramp of that 4th base, but I don't think so. And oh my goodness, big storms going down. Just so many units for Dragon here, and he is just pushing through Boa. And I think this is going to be it here, Nyokin.
Yeah, four units for Boa versus like 40 for Dragon, and that's no exaggeration. The last Reaver falls. Or I guess there's one more Reaver in the back, 1 Templar, 2 Goons, 1 Zealot, 1 Observer. This Reaver drop is still alive, but it's going to get taken down, and it is legitimately doubling the supply.
There's the GG from Boa. And Dragon is our first player to enter the round of 16 from this group stage. But really well played by him. You know, he took a couple risks, right, with the builds, played it out, got his advantages, and held. A little nervous in some of those attacks, but did what he had to do.
Yep, Dragon played exceptionally well, like we were expecting him to play, and he's going to be the first one into the round of 16. Of course, Boa still looks pretty solid. He'll be waiting in the Deciders match. But next, we've got our USA representatives facing off. It's going to be Hawk versus Jaeyoon, so that's going to be Zerg versus Protoss. Our first map is going to be Apocalypse once again.
Yeah, I mean, this is a match that these guys have played so many games together. So it'll be interesting what they bring to the table, because they play a ton, and you know, who knows if someone's going to get tricky or crazy. These two definitely have some friendly banter going on, so there'll be a little more pressure with that. Who can you know, have bragging rights, but it should be really good games.
Yeah, and even though Hawk fell to Dragon, I did like Hawk's, you know, overall strategy in both games. Massive eco, 7 hatch so quickly on 4 bases. You know, Jaeyoon, I don't think he's been playing as much lately. He's playing Stormgate also along with Hawk. It's going to be tough to face someone that's macroing as well as Hawk did. So I think I'm going to favor Hawk a little bit in this matchup. Also, it's Apocalypse, where if we get into another, you know, split map scenario, I'm doing that in air quotes, you know, the opposing player who gets the other main is going to be at a massive lead. And Hawk in the Dark Origin game, you know, he was taking bases a little bit quicker, so that could be a factor if we actually get to late game.
Yeah, this Apocalypse is definitely tricky, because if Zerg can put some pressure on and then just get that contain on the high ground, like, it's a nightmare to get up. So I don't know if Hawk's going to play that way, or he'll just play standard, sit as his own high ground and just put lurkers everywhere. But that high ground could be a real problem to get up.
Yeah, and all the bases are pretty choked up also. Like, if you go to one of the mid bases, like mid left, that's a tiny choke. If you try to attack into someone's base, like, you have to go up in the high ground, like you have to go up the initial high ground, so that's hard to attack into. And since Hawk, you know, legitimately camped to 200 supply, we may not have a lot of action in the first few minutes of the game. So yeah. Are we going to be going into our next series, or? Oh, we're going to go to a break first, and then we'll be back with that series.